Hello everybody and welcome back. Well, today we are in Orlando, Florida, and we are actually at Disney Springs. So, for those of you who don't know, Disney Springs is a part of the Disney parks, and it has an interesting story which I'll get to in a second. Going to explore as much as we can. If you watch some of our other videos, you probably already know which we usually pack a lot of things into our trips, and it's just always not enough time, but we're gonna try to see as much as possible here. Let's see, there's a nice performance here. Let's check this out. There are multiple stages here in this park, which makes it a lot more fun to say if you're here to grab a bite to eat at one of the restaurants, or if you're here to do some shopping. There's actually plenty of places here to do shopping and to do to buy some gifts and to do some dining, and there's some bars. So it depends on what you want to do, but there's a good amount of entertainment here as well, which makes it, I think, a little more fun to visit to some other places. But we are approaching the Boathouse, and that's where they have those amphibian car amphibia tours, which honestly they're not really a car if you think about it. It's more of a boat. That takes you around the Buena Vista Lake, which is kind of cool. But they only do it mostly during the day, so we're not gonna be able to do it today. But it's something to consider if you're here to visit, just to see basically what just to see what's around, and just give you a slightly different experience. I don't know about you guys. I don't think I ever been on a car boat type of vessel before. Getting back to Disney Springs again. It's a good place to grab a bite to eat, to enjoy some shopping. There's plenty of places to get some gifts, like a lot of gift shops here, and a lot of other things, among a lot of things. So I think it's a great additional thing you can do when you come here to Disney parks. From us here is the Paddlefish restaurant, and it looks like a docked boat, which I think already is, and that's what it looked like back in the day. So if you look at what it looks like now, it hasn't changed much. I mean, let me know if you guys see too much of a variation there, but I don't see much difference, honestly. But it's probably a cool place to eat. It's almost like you could pretend that you were on one of those steam-powered boats from back in the day. And this is the T-Rex restaurant. So let's see what that's all about. It looks pretty historic, based on the looks from the beginning here. So we're gonna try go in and see what's inside. Safari cars, pretty cool. I think they have them at the Jurassic Park movie too. So as soon as you walk into the restaurant, you see that's what the bugs used to look like back then. Look at this giant ladybug, and right in the middle is the T-Rex, because it would be a T-Rex restaurant without T-Rex here. And on the right side, there seems to be like a little gift shop, and there's a giant octopus in this area of the restaurant. I mean, I love the giant fish tank too, like in the back of the bar there. It's pretty cool. I mean, this place definitely has an atmosphere that looks like, to me, like the T-Rex is about to step in your plate. I mean, so it has this great atmosphere. I mean, between those jellyfishes on the side, and I think that looks like a coral reef section here. So I guess there's different sections for different themes here, and they did a remarkable job designing everything, because everything looks detailed. Honestly, I bet you if you sit at one of those tables, it would feel like you were dining in the middle of the coral reef underwater. Of course, that fish tank kind of sets the theme. There's a little more to the right here. I mean, this looks like more of a prehistoric habitat. Look at that! Wow, that cave looks really awesome, man. It looks like some stalactites and stalagmites there on the top, and I love the lighting they made for this. And that bird up there can definitely take your meal, and you will not be able to fight it. Just picture that back in those prehistoric days. So if you want to dine in a prehistoric atmosphere, I mean, this is the place to be. It's really cool. I mean, honestly, it's it gives you a nice experience. But we're gonna keep walking, and we're gonna go to a Rainforest Cafe, and this cafe is actually, that's the one that you see there's a little volcano there. Well, not little, but it's a relatively little compared to the real ones, I guess. But that one actually, it's fire at certain time frames. I mean, I have to find out. But we're going to watch it from a distance. It looks better from a distance than it does. I guess we're not going to be going for a swim here because there are alligators. But it is pretty cool. I mean, it's a nice setup, you got to admit. And we're right next to that volcano that we just saw from a distance there. And let's see, we're gonna try to walk away from it a second, and we're gonna try to watch that eruption. Gosh, I can't even speak properly from a distance. There it is. Wow, it does look like a real volcano. It's so cool. I mean, just to think about it, they did all of that just for the restaurant. Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. I mean, I keep being amazed by this Disney Springs place. There's like so much more to discover here. And we are at Legoland, and all of those things you see in front of us here are made out of Legos. It's very hard to believe, and I can only imagine how much work they put into it just to make this. And wow, we even have the Star Trek here. Wow, I'm sorry, Star Wars here. Wow, this is all out of Legos, even the guns. That's so cool. That's really cool. Oh, I guess Loch Ness Monster is stopped by for dinner tonight. That's pretty awesome, actually. Wow. But let's keep walking and see what else this Lego... Wow. That's amazing. Look at that. This is all made out of Legos. Can you only imagine? This is so detailed. Even the vegetation on the bottom of this. So this guy's touching it because I guess he couldn't believe it like me. Huh. That's amazing. And here is the World of Disney shop. So that's a nice another gift shop. Like I said, there's so many places to buy gifts here. I mean, it's endless. There's endless possibilities here. So it would be one of our videos if I didn't tell you a little bit about the story of the place. So Disney Springs, or Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village. That's what it was called in 1975 when it first opened its doors or property. And in 1977, Disney Village became Disney Marketplace, and then later on it was downtown Disney, becoming Disney Springs in 2015. And of course, it wouldn't be a shopping village without the carousel. And that's what the carousel looked like in 1975 when they first opened the village. It hasn't changed much. They really kept up with it. It's actually in a really great shape, and it's fully restored. And oh, days of Christmas. Huh. I could probably spend hours in that store, but I might have to skip it for today. I might come back later. Going back to the story of the place. When it originally opened on March 22nd, 1975, it was envisioned as a shopping mall, but 2 years later, after they opened, the complex was renamed to Walt Disney World Village, with an idea to keep vacationers on the property and keep them entertained. And speaking of entertainment, they're approaching AMC Theater. Wow, I love the fountain in the middle and the palm trees all around it. You could probably catch some cool movies in here. I mean, I can only imagine what kind of setup they have there. But what we're going to see in a second here, and that's what it looked like in the 80s. Hasn't changed much. I mean, the fountain is recognizable. That's what it looks like now. I mean, it's kind of hard to, see the difference, but there's a little bit of their problem. And to the right of us is the Coca-Cola building. Wow, that's a giant Planet Hollywood right in front of us. And they used to give those air balloon tours here, so I think they probably do it during the day. That's what it looked like back in the day. And those are those amphibia cars I was talking about. I mean, they're more like a boat, but so they are kind of in the same place. So you can take the air balloon or the boat. But we're going to grab some food on the restaurants here because it's getting late and we're getting a little hungry. I want to say thank you so much for watching the video, and thank you to watching to the end. I hope you enjoy our stroll through the Disney Springs. And if you'd like to see more videos, subscribe. We got a lot more stuff coming up. We're happy to explore those places with you. So stay tuned and join us in the next video.